Okay. What are you doing?
Taking my shoes off.
Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would?
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Lynn, he's Jonathan, and we are Create and Capture Life. And we're about to take you in the way back machine, but not that far back machine, to when we visited the Space Center Houston. I was calling it the Houston Space Center, but apparently it's Space Center Houston.
I think that's the proper name of it, but I think everybody just knows it is Houston, Mission Control, Space Center, whatever.
And we are in our home now that we are full-time RVers. We are in our actual home, and it is getting dark, and so we're using a lighting setup that we've never done before, and we'll see in editing. We probably won't do this again like this.
No,
but we
not.
waited too long today. We ended up passing through Texas on our way to Florida to go to Disney World. And on our way, Jonathan scheduled.
Yeah, I really wanted to go to the Space Center Houston. I've been wanting to go there ever since I was a kid. I knew that that's where the Apollo Mission Control Center was, and we were down in Houston, just outside of Houston, actually, in League City. That's where we spent a couple nights.
Hi, Brian. Hi, Kimberly and Kenneth.
Yep, we were visiting.
Family. We visited.
Yeah, we visited some of Lynn's family out there, and we were staying at the Space Center RV Park, which is just down the way from the Space Center.
Before we cut to our footage that we took the day that we were there, this is as of today while we're filming this. The price to get in is $29.95 for adults. But if you want to do the tram tour, and they usually offer 3 tram tours. When we were there, they only offered 1, and it was Mission Control. So with that, it was $44.95 a person. The strange thing is, if you buy your ticket online, you save $5 automatically. But if you buy it in person like we did, because we didn't know this, we paid $5 more. So if you know you're going to go buy the tickets online, and you save $5 a person. Not for any like AAA or anything, just because you're buying it online.
Some probably like e-ticket thing so that they can
pay one less person.
Yeah.
At the ticket booth or whatever. We did not know that, so we could have saved $10. We did pay for the tram tour for Mission Control. We also took for those of you who have RVs, we took our RV, because when we travel like that, we don't have a tow car yet. So we took our RV, we parked it in the parking lot. So the dogs were we knew they were fine, they were taken care of, they had air conditioning. We saved money by eating lunch in the RV, and if we wanted something to drink or anything like that, we could go out to the RV and go back in. So for those of you without RVs, it's a great option. There's plenty of parking for RVs, and the day we were there, it wasn't hot anyway, so it's a great option. The tricky thing about parking is online it says you park for free. On their website, on a different website, it says it's $5. We actually paid $15 to park because we told them we had an RV. And the interesting thing is, you park, you don't pay. You drive in and we looked around, you don't pay anybody. Once you've already parked and go buy your ticket to get in, then you tell them, oh, I need to pay for parking. But they didn't give us anything to come out and put it in the RV. So I don't know how they knew that we paid. I guess it's honest, like...
The honor system?
The honor system, yeah. So I don't know, but, I don't know. So honestly, I don't know how that works, because it was weird. And check their hours, because they aren't open like amusement park hours. They currently, for summer, they're open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. When we were there, they closed at 5 p.m., which for us was fine. We were done with it in a few hours, but keep that in mind if you have kids and stuff like that, that you want to have enough time to do what you want to do.
And probably get there early, because when we were there was a lot of school groups, so educational field trips and stuff like that. Get there early to avoid some of that.
Yeah, there were a lot of kids running around.
Yeah. I don't know what was worse, the kids or the stupid tourists that just can't follow directions. Yeah, I don't know. We didn't really talk about it, and we'll cut to the footage here in a minute, but I don't know why we didn't film more in there, but we were just so in awe. The mission control room that you get to see is the Apollo mission control room, and they restored it back to July 1969 with the Apollo 11 lunar landing. It was...
So they call it restoration, but it was, I don't know, like unrestoration. I don't know,
Yeah,
like they took
was-
it back to the 60s.
Yeah, they restored it. I mean, it's beautifully restored, and all of the information on the screens, all of that is actual live data that was recorded, and it's just being played back. And there's all kinds of information and stuff. I actually know someone who helped work on the restoration project, and you could tell it's a labor of love to everybody that worked on it. They tell you right when you walk in that on the seat in front of you, they even restored it down to the little cigarette holders
On the seats.
on the seat backs in the
people
gallery.
for when people were watching them do their job.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a place for them to put their cigarette packs. And then in the mission control room, there are ashtrays and
Yeah.
things like that, like on the desks.
Yeah,
So-
it was beautifully restored. They said it was somewhere around a $5-ish million restoration to get it back to July of 1969, specifically for the Apollo 11 lunar landing.
Yep.
So that was really cool, and you guys will see some pictures of it coming up in the footage. So
So let's take you to our live footage while we're visiting. This is just the landing gear on this plane that was carrying the space shuttle. And these wheels are about 4 feet tall. This is so big, I can't even get this in frame. There's one of the wings. There's the NASA symbol. Crazy how big this thing is. We're back. So my favorite part of the Space Center was just kind of the whole thing was interesting. There wasn't any specifically one thing that just the mission control was really cool, but I liked it all together. The one thing that was funny is we walked in with our vlog camera and we have a dead cat on top, and the lady at the door, because they check your bags and stuff, and she saw the dead cat on top of our vlog camera, and she says, oh, you can't record audio, you need to take that off. And so I was like, okay. So we took that off and Jonathan put it in his pocket. So I guess she didn't realize that cameras record audio without that on there, but
Yeah.
that was kind of funny. But overall, the whole thing was pretty cool. I really like the space shuttle because you got to walk through it. And,
Yeah, I think it's the only place that you can actually walk onto a live.
well, I don't know live.
Well,
but,
no, it was a live shuttle.
Real one? You
Yeah,
mean?
a real shuttle. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to walk through the space shuttle, and we met some people from Canada, and apparently Canadians helped build the shuttle.
They built the Canada arm. Yeah.
So I didn't realize that. So they were telling us all about that, and that was pretty fun to talk to them and get their kind of perspective on it. So overall, that was kind of like the whole thing I could think was kind of
Yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah, she's not as much of a NASA nerd as I am, that's for sure. But I was definitely geeking out over a lot of the exhibits and a lot of the things that they were doing. When we got there, there was actually some sort of a school project or something like that was happening, where a bunch of kids had a bunch of different science exhibits. So
They had like little tables set up, and
Yeah.
the kids were explaining to, not us, but to other people that were there to see that, explaining what each of their little things did or was about. So
Yeah.
it's very school oriented. We went during the week, so there were a lot of school, but it was very, they were well behaved. It wasn't crazy or anything like that. And it wasn't nearly as busy as I thought it would be. Maybe
Yeah.
because it wasn't summer, I don't know, but I thought it would be busy, and it really wasn't. We had plenty of time to see everything and do everything we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it's not a very big place. Keep that in mind. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. It's very small, but very interesting.
yeah, and we will, a little foreshadowing here. We're going to talk about Kennedy Space Center in Orlando in an upcoming video, and we will give you our review on which we think is our favorite Space Center once we do that next review. So stay tuned for that next review. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow, do all of the things. Ring the bell, the thing up there, all of that stuff. Make sure you do all that so you know when we post our next video about Kennedy Space Center, and you'll know our reviews on that one. And then we will wrap that up with our favorite RV.
And the last thing is, and everyone always asks this because we, especially now, we live in an RV full time. Did we buy souvenirs? I bought a sticker because we put stickers on our RV on the door of places we've been. So I bought a sticker.
And I bought some patches.
Lots of patches.
Yeah, I like patches.
Like, I think there were 20 patches on the thing that he bought.
Well, it was one patch that had a bunch of patches attached to it. So
No, there were 20 patches attached together.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So he still hasn't figured out what he wants to do with them.
Yeah,
but
it was just cool. It was all the patches from all of the Apollo missions. So that was kind of cool.
Yep. So that's it, and that was our visit to Space Center Houston. I don't want to say it wrong. Space
Yep.
Center Houston. They do have a website. They have all the information on there. Keep in mind, if you do go to the Space Center RV Park, when we were there, it was under construction. We don't have slide outs, but if we did, I don't think we could have opened them. That's how small that park is.
It was very tight.
It is very close. It's 5 miles away from the Space Center, so for that it was good, but anything else I wouldn't suggest.
Yeah. Yeah, and when we got there, it was all very wet because it had just, a big rainstorm had just come through. We actually drove through it, so.
Yeah, so if you're just like we did, staying there literally to sightsee, then it's not a bad place. If you're going there to vacation, don't do it.
Or you're having friends and family come over like we did.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you're going for a destination, that is not it.
Yeah.
So take care, stay safe, stay healthy.
And visit the space centers if you can.
Bye.